G'day everyone, it's Engelo Rumora here. I'm your favorite Australian and the real estate dingo, bringing you another awesome vlog. And today I'm talking about this, the top 3 ways to vet a turnkey provider. Let's get it started. So guys, let's talk about the number 1 stigma in real estate, and that is turnkey providers. Unfortunately, it's their fault. They have created a bad name for themselves. And a lot of folks hate them. They consider them the devil, and it's like 666, stay away. I don't want to buy turnkey. I don't want to speak to anyone that's a turnkey provider, okay? So for the minority out there that are looking to purchase through a turnkey provider, I'm happy to share, I guess, some unconventional tips with you on what you should look out for. So here we go. So guys, the first thing on how you can vet your turnkey provider would be this. You need to make sure that they are not selling you the property for more than what it's worth, okay? Now, this is very hard to do. Why? Because a lot of turnkey providers have a sustainable business because of the volume that they deliver. So when they purchase volume, they can't be diligent in the acquisition process. So sometimes they have to pay more for the property than what they would. They still tend to renovate it to a decent standard, but then they have to make their margin to continue having a growing business, because if you're not growing, you're dying. So they tend to oversell properties, okay? Now, I don't see anything wrong with this. If you are still getting a good return on investment, if you are still buying from a reputable provider that's been around the block and they have great property management in place that will deliver that promised paper return, okay? So I don't see any issues with paying more than market value. I see issues with paying more than market value when you're getting scammed and you're buying a crappy C-class property and you're paying way more than what it's worth, and there's a lot of volatility in that area. And then you're getting passed on to a third-party property manager that absolutely nickel and dimes you to death. That is a recipe for disaster, and that is why turnkey real estate has such a huge stigma surrounding it, okay? In my opinion, I really think you should do your best to try buy properties for fair market value. If you're looking at using leverage, a lot of the turnkey providers will only allow you to go through a preferred lender where the appraisals are controlled. So you might think that you are buying it for fair market value. I can promise you right now, you're probably not. You're still overpaying. A lot of turnkey providers have a monopoly in a particular market. They record their sales on the MLS. So a lot of those sales are also manipulated and inflated. At the end of the day, guys, if someone's going to screw you, they're going to screw you, okay? What you need to be very diligent on and focus on is, finding the right people, finding the right provider, and not investing until you find that right provider, okay? So the first one would be buying a property for fair market value. If you're paying a little bit more, at least make sure that property management is sound and that the provider has a proven track record. Second is in-house property management, okay? I personally think that this is vital. I, over the years, have wanted to sell my property management company so many times because I absolutely hate it. I hated it, and it's just a very thankless job. You can't win with tenants and toilets, but I knew if I did that, I wouldn't be able to continue offering the ongoing service that I believe our investors needed. So I had to keep the property management in-house. I also believe that the best way to vet a turnkey provider is to ask the question if property management is in-house. Why I say this is because, look, anyone can find, fix, and sell a property these days. It's easy, right? Well, it's not easy, but it's easier than managing successfully for an extended period of time. And it's a very thankless job, as I mentioned. It's a crappy part of the business, and not many people want to do it. So, in my opinion, if you want ongoing success, if you want long-term success, you should partner up with a turnkey provider that has in-house property management, so they are vested in your long-term success. Guys, getting to where you need to be is not going to happen overnight. Real estate is a long-term play. It's going to take 5, 10, or 15 years. So all those one-night stand, providers or whoever it is that you're working with that just want to flog you the property and pass you on to whoever, that's not how you're going to get to where you need to be. You need a great bunch of people. You need a great company on board that will stand the test of time and that will be there for you many, many years into the future, okay? So in-house property management, I think, is very important. If the turnkey provider does not have in-house property management, they have to be very well correlated. They have to be in sync, and I think you should conduct more due diligence if they do not have in-house property management. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but I think that, it does raise a few red flags that you definitely need to keep your eyes open for, okay? And guys, last but not least is this. Anyone that is pushing you to buy a product, influencing you, shoving it down your throat, as in, if you don't buy now, you're going to miss out. The market's going to go up in value. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We don't get deals like this that often. This is amazing. You need to buy it. Putting pressure on you, bothering you. When you kind of start feeling uncomfortable within your core, you'll know when that moment is. Guys, turn around and freaking run. Okay? I hate sales. I love talking myself out of business. I truly believe that if you're not comfortable, if you're not ready, if you do not know what you want, you shouldn't have someone else telling you what you want. You need to be the one that's conducted your due diligence on the market, on the properties, on the provider. You need to know what your long-term end goals are, and you need to be the one to take the leap of faith and take that next step whenever you want to take that next step, not when someone else tells you. Okay? So anyone that's pushing you, anyone that's influencing you, run. Don't buy. I mean, because look, where one door closes, another door will open. I strongly believe that there are so many opportunities to make money. There are so many markets, so many businesses. Like, it might be Turnkey today, bananas tomorrow, and God knows what it's going to be in the years to come, right? So don't succumb to the pressure. Take your time, and anyone that's putting pressure on you, tell them to F off and move on, okay? So those are my 3 tips for you guys on how to vet a turnkey provider. A little bit unconventional, a little bit different to maybe what you're used to hearing from the others. But yeah, look, I'd love to hear from you guys. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Share your experiences below. Do you own Turnkey? Are you looking to buy Turnkey? Do you hate Turnkey like most of you unfortunately do? I'd love to hear from you. Hey, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Engelo Rumora. I'm your favorite Australian and the real estate dingo. I'll catch you in the next vlog.